I got involved in this project over this past summer. I was looking for an opportunity to help out in research on campus to gain more experience, and I was looking at all the faculty at Berkeley, and my brother and I were just looking around, and I was like, oh, this one looks really cool, and it was like in regard to how epilepsy, and then there was also a facet about concussion, and so as an athlete that like made it very more relevant to my life, and so I just continued looking into it, and I reached out to the professor and I reached out to the grad student who's the head of this project, and it just all worked out. So we're studying epileptogenesis, which is basically the onset of epilepsy and how it forms in the brain. It's basically the disruption of the blood-brain barrier by a large proportion of albumin in the brain. I've learned a lot, mostly, like I've never done research before, like actual meaningful research that pertains to real life things like epilepsy, but I've learned that being a scientist is about making mistakes and just like learning from that, and so that has been really helpful to my life in general, and so it's been really cool to learn the science behind what we're doing and not just the tactics of executing data collection. It is really cool because it kind of gets away from you when you're doing just data collection, that the work that you're doing could pertain to finding a drug that can stop the onset of epilepsy. It is really cool for me to be involved in this because it affects so many people. So basically what I do with this lab is data collection of where the accumulation of albumin in the brain, and if the drug that we are looking at can block that receptor from binding to albumin, which in that binding is what causes epilepsy. And so what I'm looking at is cross-sections or slices of mouse brain, and we are staining it with different solutions and then imaging it under different light and figuring out if there is a correlation between different stains and different light, and seeing if the albumin has come into the blood-brain barrier disruption. And right now we're in the middle of a huge data set, so do it a lot. I chose integrative biology because I like the more overall encompassing aspect of it. There's other biology majors here at Cal, but I thought being able to do something that incorporates cellular levels and more organ and bodily system levels is more interesting to me. And then I'm also on the human health and development track, and so I'm trying to learn more about how to treat disease and how to prevent disease and how to make the body work better for itself.